Hello and welcome back to Factorio's Space Age. We are fighting on Aquilo, trying to deal with the environment and the lack of resources and needing to import everything and the heat, or the lack thereof. Now, when I stopped last time, I was going to wait for things to stabilize a bit, and I did. We now have some Lithium Plate, Yaza. I think we're now set so Fulgora will continue sending us Lithium Plate. And we have been continuing to make more ice platforms and more ice. So this looks like it might actually be, well, I'm not sure stable is the right word, but this base might survive for a bit. I went looking around real quick before I started recording, and it looks like all of my other planets have currently satisfied all their requests. So I'm going to depend on this Mark II Inner Planets guy to be moving all of our stuff around as people need a little bit of stuff here and there. And I'm going to start decommissioning these. So let's start with decommissioning Taxi. I'm not going to use him anymore. Well, yeah, because he's not going to be able to come out and get me. We'll just turn all this off so he doesn't go anywhere. Turn these off so he doesn't request anything. And I'm going to send everything down. I don't want to waste any of the materials. So everything we have here, I'm going to do that. Next step is we are going to get rid of everything that isn't cargo space. Okay. All that stuff was stuff that we had. Now we can get rid of our last bits. I'm not sure if all that stuff comes back down when I delete it. I don't think it does. And with that, Taxi is gone. Okay, next one. We want to keep our expresses. Those still need to be running their stuff back and forth. These guys are the new ones. So, let's please send you back to Nauvis. We're just going to drop everything. There. Gleba, you are on Gleba. I'm going to drop the things on Gleba that are useful for Gleba. We're not going to drop things that are coming from Gleba, though. So you need to be careful. Okay. Actually, these are probably going to do more good on Gleba than anywhere else. We'll need those for the trek home. Do I want to take one last set of these? Yeah, we've got it on the way. Might as well wait for it. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's head back to Nauvis. This is a fuel courier to keep him, and this is a trade courier, and he is ready to be decommissioned. I need to be sending everything down, don't I? Okay, you are ready to go. You're ready to be gotten rid of. There we go. Everything is launched. Delete the trader. You are almost done. All you can go away. It's interesting that sending stuff down requires absolutely zero resources. Okay, anything else I can delete here? So we've got our calcite expresses. At some point, I want to build a platform that harvests calcite in space. I don't think I want to be working on that while I am still stuck here on Aquilo. We'll have to put a pin in that. I do like the idea of keeping the science expresses. This guy is working wonderfully. Okay, so we have simplified everything. We have our Lithium Plate. We're ready to go. Science. Our next thing to unlock is we need to make a cryogenic plant, and that's where we needed the Lithium Plate. So I need processing units, superconductors, lithium plate, and refined concrete. So I'm going to start off by bringing this down. Let's see here. I need to make one cryo plant in an assembling machine. After that, we'll make them all in cryo plants. We're going to make one of them. Actually, if I'm going to be bringing my heat in that direction, I don't need to bring it in on the bottom like that at all. We will need Roboport coverage. There we go. Okay, so what do you have? You have access to everything, although probably not as much plate as you would like. Okay. Oh, now I just unfortunately picked it up and then let the robots take it away. So we are going to need to request in cryo plants. Oh, you big. That's okay. And you don't have your stuff set. I need to set you up as part of my blueprints. Let's divide these a little bit. Okay. So one of you and these guys in. I like putting them in on the end. And you need to be making 9. Oh, you can make fluoroketone. Okay, 180 degrees C fluoroketone. And we can cool the hot fluoroketone back down to minus 150 C. So we can make the hot stuff. And we can make the hot stuff cool. And we can make science packs. Okay. I'm going to grab this, make a copy of it. And you're going to be the new guy right here. Sorry, I have to turn down my headphones. And you are Cryo Plant. We're eventually going to be exporting these. And I am going to go ahead and include, well, actually, let's see here. I'm going to do that. So that also means that we aren't going to be able to pack these guys in really densely. So we need to have that covered. If we wanted to put 2 in face to face, well, maybe. Hold on. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So these blueprints are not going to be nicely dense. I didn't expect them to. Select new contents. Boom. Oh, come on. Try that again. Select new contents. I'm just going to put that one heat pipe right there. Actually, let's leave off the heat pipe. I can put the heat pipe in manually later. So now we know how to make the cryo plants. Okay, so let's actually do that. You are doing cryo plants. I'm going to need some. We're doing very slow production here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stock 4 of them. Oh, I didn't set the filters on this guy. Connect, and you are going to run when the number of cryo plants is less than 4. Okay, let's do that again. Put you down and not fill in the numbers. Use you to get the parameters set back like that. And your... oh, hold on. So stock quantity is 100. So we need to go here, and we're doing parameter 9. We are logistic network connect until the output item, while the output item is less than 100. Okay. Check this. Yep, nothing extra, and this is conditionalizing both inserters and the output, and the running condition. There we go. Save you, save you. Put this in again. And I'm going to actually bump this up. We're going to have 10 of them in stock. You aren't making because you don't have lithium plate. Because we still need to get a source of lithium. Cryo plants. I have 10 of those to work with. Oh, you're actually making more lithium plate. Okay. How much lithium do I actually have? We've got, 1,400. We probably will get a good number of those. So, what are we exporting here? Add section. Do I already have an Aquilo exports ready to... well, actually, I put the exports in my Nauvis imports, right? So Aquilo, Starting from here, everything on here we are importing from Aquilo to Nauvis. I think we're good. This guy, we are bringing in cryo plants. We're also going to need somebody bringing back science. So we're going to need to make, we're going to need to make a science courier for him. Okay, we're going to take a chance on doing that, okay? But you, anything else we need to bring back from here? I think it's just science and cryo plants. Question, can we make cryo plants elsewhere? Crafting. Cryo plants. Must be crafted on Aquilo. Okay. So these really are forced export. I'm going to need to go look at the planner for a moment. I didn't think I would get this far. I thought I was going to have more trouble getting to where I was actually making some. We are still waiting on lithium plate. You are still making lithium plate. That's fine. I'm going to bring you down to there. I'm going to put you or you down. So if we consider all of this as a unit, it says that 6 of those together don't make quite enough. How are we doing for power? We're way low on power, so I'm way low on usage of power. So if I do this, we're almost there. And that makes if I put 2 more out, we'll be balanced. One more. You know what? We've got 7. Take these 6. Take these 3. Turn around like this. There we go. Oh, it won't tell me until these actually have some. Oh, that's 1 extra. Okay, don't need that. So 12 cryo plants per minute. That's actually a pretty good rate. But that means that for those 12 plants, we're using 240. So that's going to go through the lithium pretty fast. I am going to want to stop this well before 10, I think. We can let it go to 10. Oh, I know what I can do. I am going to lower my request amount. There. That's going to freeze it all. These guys, how many of these do we have? This will run us up to 50 lithium plates. So we'll get 50 plates and save the rest of our lithium. There we go.
You can do it. You just have to skip that part.
Boom, boom. Okay. So I explored out further. We have some lithium brine, some fluorine, We've got crude oil. So lithium brine and fluorine and crude oil are available. As always, we have the offshore pumps giving us ammoniacal solution. Let's go look at the planner real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, let's do this step by step. There's a whole lot of stuff we're going to have to import. So let's start off with the things that we know that we can make here. I'm going to start by going out and getting some lithium brine going so I can combine it with lithium plate, because we are going to be making the lithium itself. So this guy, we are making lithium. You need lithium plate, which we're requesting in. We need lithium brine and ammonia. So here's how we get ammonia. Okay, so we just pump the solution, we get the ammonia, and we get some ice byproduct. That's fine. That's easy enough. And we will need to bring in lithium brine and lithium plate. That needs to go somewhere where we've got lithium brine. We'll leave those like that. We have some lithium brine directly to our south. Not a lot of it, but we don't need a lot. So I am going to head south. We need to be able to run our our roboports out there. I think this is going to work. So let's bring this out. Okay, so these guys are just hanging out. The roboports are going to require heat. Okay. Well, heat is heat. Let's take this whole thing, move it over a little bit.
Looking for 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so far so good. So you are going to warm up eventually, yes? So there is a gradient across the heat pipes. So maybe... Well, if this gets there, it gets there. That's good.
He told the requirement to go on top of me when I done the
Okay, so you are going to get one of these. We're going to do this the simplest possible build. We're just using the minimum amount of concrete and platform that we need. Let's see, we're going to need to heat you over there. Oh, I can just do that. So not strictly minimum. heat to you, power to you guys. Heat to these guys. You're getting this in. You need to be requesting holmium plate. So it's 1 holmium plate, and 50 ammonia, and 50 lithium brine. Let's see. You're bringing in the holmium plate and you're taking out the output. If I do that, these guys aren't going to be able to work. What are our rates? Neither of the rates are high. Good. So we're going to be bringing in one and out the other. So there's a holmium plate in, and here's the lithium out. Our quantities are going to be very, very small. I think we're going to be stuck with very small quantities for the foreseeable future on Aquilo. Once we get everything up and stable, I may look at how to scale it up. But right now, I just want it to work. Not ghost cursor. You are filtering lithium. Okay, so now you are going to run, connect. You're going to run as long as the amount of lithium in the system is less than, say, 200. Okay, blue requester and red supplier chest. And I'm going to request in 50 of these guys. How slow is this? 20 seconds, one holmium plate every 20 seconds. That's overkill. And our output is 5 lithium every 20 seconds. Yeah, we're not going to get a whole lot of lithium. I'm going to have to do some design work to work out how to get more stuff out of this. You also have ice output. So I am going to get a green guy. Okay. And I'll just send out all the ice from here. We're going to put this in a purple chest so that it doesn't overflow. And it'll be somebody else's problem to consume all of the ice we're turning out. We should be doing very little because we're not going to need very much of this stuff. But what we do turn out, we need to get sent out. Now you are waiting on what? Oh, you're waiting until it's needed. Okay. That's fine. We now have we don't have anywhere near enough lithium brine. Okay. Well, let's see. If I put this in here, to bring you south. Oh, let's see if I do. Not sure how to connect that to that, though. Hold on. That may work. We just have to bring the brine around. Okay, so we have more than enough of everything. We should be turning, oh, good Lord, 300 ice per minute. If we're running this at full speed. So if we really crank this up to where we're using the lithium, 30 lithium per minute, it'll do that. So we've got 22 cryo plants, so we're not drawing it from there. These are drawing it from here. Okay, we're good. We're good. So that's the first spot. For my eventual, if I wanted to do 100 cryo packs per minute, let's see. I am going to set this to prefer what? Let's prefer productivity module 2s and everything. And we're not beaconing anything. And so this means that to make 100 Cryo Science packs per minute, we would need 56 cryo plants. Oh, good Lord. There is no way I'm putting out 56 cryo plants. We're just going to have the Cryo Science be slow. So let's check this out. So basically, every 20 seconds, are we meant to be filling these things with speed modules and beaconing them and such? Okay, so whatever gets us that rate of speed on the cryo plants. That's with 8 productivity modules in there that I need 56 of them. What if I substitute instead, I start turning those into speed modules. With 1 speed module, that lowers it to 20 of them. Oh, that's actually a good idea. What if we go 6 prod and 2 speed? That would be a little over 12 machines. And the other resources aren't going up too fast. Let's keep going. How about we go all the way to 4 and 4? Okay, so if I put 4 productivity modules and 4 speed modules in here, then 8 machines will get me the right number. Okay, I probably should show the plan on the screen when I'm doing this. Oh well. Anywho, according to this plan, if I were making 8 machines, 8 cryogenic plants with 4 productivity 2 modules like this, and 4 prod modules like that. Okay, does this match? So this would produce 8 times 13.39 is slightly over 100 per minute, which is what we want. That's our eventual goal. Okay. So if I can do one machine like this, I'll be great. What happens if I make it all speed modules? All speed modules would be that's not bad. Why don't I just build that? Well, that's going to be 8.7 megawatts. Yeah, okay. Well, it is what it is, right? So let's think in terms of one machine at beaconed up, at moduled up. So one machine moduled up, I'm being told by the planner that that produces 20.4 per minute. No, yes, 20.4 per minute. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at the hot fluoroketone. I'm sorry. Put those back in. Okay, so this gives us 13.39. We're good. We can get up to 20. I don't want to spend max consumption 8.7 megawatts. Hold on. $2.7. Okay, so if we have speed modules in, going with additional efficiency modules does help. Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll scale up by adding more of them like that. I think that's going to be a good balance. So we're going to do one machine with that balance. So that is speed modules and efficiency modules. Okay, so according to this uses 0.4 cryo plants making fluoroketone. I am going to put them in the corner here, just so we know what's going on. Okay, so now you need to be making fluoroketone. Is that right? Okay. So we need 6 more of you if I do that. That's not right. That's not what this is telling me.
There was a 57.
So you need 79.2 fluoroketones, and you're producing 240. What? Oh, haha. Yeah. Look at the wrong thing. This says if we are trying to consume all of hot fluoroketone from here, we need more of them, but we're not. We're trying to produce for here. So this guy is producing 240 cold fluoroketone into this guy, and you need 79.2. Okay, so we're like that. This is going to be a feedback loop. Once this gets going, I think so you take in 79.2, you put out 39.6. You take in what you send out, so we will need another source of it here. Actually, let's look at this as a flow here. Okay. I might have the wrong recipe. Nope, it does do a feedback. So we combine the fluoroketones from the cryogenic plant with another source of fluoroketones to go to here where we cool it down. It goes back into the input. So we, yeah, okay. And you take the lithium input, fluoroketone hot, uses fluorine and ammonia. And ammonia comes from the ammoniacal solution. What if I just do this? Okay, so back to the list. Now we need to know, where do we get the hot stuff? We get the hot stuff from a cryo plant. Just making hot fluoroketone. Now you require petroleum and that. That's easy. That's just this bit. If I move this out here, this needs to come into there. So these guys have to be a little bit over. I don't know if I don't think those connect. I'm gonna bet they don't. We're going to need heat from the top as well to get into there, aren't we? Or we're going to need to make this wider. Let's make it wider. We'll make it one wider.
You posted a video one time when you were doing
So we don't want this guy producing if this is already completely full. So you Enable if this is going to be hot fluoroketone, right? So enable if the hot fluoroketone is less than huge. Actually, let's set it to less than something fairly small. Okay, so if we get very much fluoroketone in here, this guy will stop, and we'll continue to loop, adding in from there only as needed. Okay, you need to get your ice out. So same thing we did down here. And this says that we have more than enough ammonia. This says we're not going to be consuming, so we're not going to be providing all of the hot stuff that this guy could use from here. This guy produces 600 out. This guy consumes 150 in. So this could saturate him. We got him leashed back, so we can bring the stuff in from the right. Let's set up a output for the science packs here. Cryo Science packs. We are going to run you only if the number of Cryo Science packs, rocket capacity 1,000, is less than 1,100. So we're going to get enough for a rocket and then a little bit more, and then we're going to stop. No point in going onward after that. Now your other inputs are ice and lithium plate. That.
I've got one more damn piece of lead out of here and I'm done.
Nice. How much do we need here? Just get 3 ice at a time and 1 lithium plate. How often is this? Every 20 seconds. Well, at this rate, yeah, 30 per minute and 13 a minute. Okay. Yeah, let's just do a stack. So you are all hooked up. You're just waiting for the cold fluoroketone. You're hooked up and you're waiting for the hot stuff. You have that hooked up. You do not have solid fuel or lithium on your inputs yet. You are going to be the solid fuel, and you are going to be requesting in the lithium. Okay, so you've got some inputs. Over here, we are making some solid fuel. Oh, we've got a lot of it. So we basically will be So we run as long as we have, well, we run if we have at least 12 of those. Okay. So this is our pressure relief, turning out the buffer chest full of this stuff. And this turns out that I'm going to reserve 1,000 here. I don't have confidence that we're actually producing the solid fuel regularly, since that's a byproduct path, but it is what it is. Now, this actually needs to be in a place where we can get in fluorine, or we can pump fluorine all the way in from somewhere. How far is the fluorine? Well, there's some fluorine right there, and there's some more right there. I think I can just pump it in from over there. So I need to get out there. Let's just start off with that one guy. This is going to be 352.8 fluorine. According to this, I need 26.8 of it, so that one thing should be enough.
But we would have seen in
And we're going to bring you down.
Yeah, you need a good pump.
Just like that.
It's not bad as long as it's
Okay. Heat. Why don't I just bring the heat right up along the edge? In fact, as long as I'm doing this, I'm going to help out the gradient a little bit. Go back to 8x so we can let things go. Okay, we will get what we will get. In theory, we are now making Cryogenic Science packs. Oh, we're actually making them pretty good clip. We're going to be using up resources that are in stock, but I think we have arranged so that everything is getting made at some rate. Robots, we're doing okay. I wouldn't mind having a few more construction bots in the mix. There we go. We got 77 logistic bots, so for the 23 logistic bots wouldn't be amiss. Oh, there we go. It's the 23 I've got right there. I knew I made them in multiples of 50. Okay, so, we're making science. I don't know, maybe bases on Aquilo are meant to be just this small and sparse. If I keep this guy running, we're going to be turning out 13 science a minute, so it's going to be how long?
I only got people around.
it's going to be over an hour to turn out a rocket load of science here. So what is it we are trying to make with this science? Hatch eggs into captive spawners, so I could make more biter spawners out of biter eggs. This will take 50 packs to make these guys. Foundation is really super important, 2,000, that's another couple of hours there. Rocket part productivity is great. Now, when we start looking at our science for the future, I need to find out what it takes to get further down the tree. I think at this point I need to just get these grinding out stuff. And before I do that, I need to find out what is my base actually capable of building, and what do I need to expand first to make it capable of building more. I'm beginning to wonder if I might do better to just go grab somebody else's blueprint. I mean, well, we're getting close to the end here. If I were to go and grab somebody else's Aquilo blueprint and then go get somebody else's ship to go to the edge of the thing, that would be somebody else will have won the game for me. Don't want to do that. Let's work through this and figure it out. Okay, first thing, what if I bring you up like that? Oh, well, we still had some things we were short on. But that would bring us up to 20 a minute. That helps. And you're actually running at 20 a minute right now because we have a backlog of stuff. Okay, so the 6 plants that I've placed are already chewing up 9 megawatts. Okay. Well, let's chase it down one thing at a time. 122.4 cold fluoroketone. You are capable of 240, so we can go double this easily here. So if this wants 122.4, we're producing 61.2 out of the... Okay, this will give us the nets for both of these. We need 122.4. No, that's for him. Let's see if it matches here. Top line, 20.4. Okay. This claims 122.4 fluoroketone. That's correct. Which means oh, okay. So the planner is telling me that the 122.4 here is 122.4 here, And then internally it says, oh, and you get half of that from here. So we're going to get 61.2 of you from the next plant over. You are able to go, you are actually only using 10%. So we could put down more of these machines if we're just looking at this pipeline here. Okay. Now what else are you using? You are using 61.2 ice. I don't know what my ice production is, because ice is always stashed behind also making the fluid. You are capable of doing 300 ice per minute. This mechanism up here, these guys alone can sink 250. So, yeah, we'll probably need more ice, but on the other hand, we also need to start making rocket fuel. We're going to need great quantities of rocket fuel to launch, aren't we? Okay. Well, we need quantities, maybe not great quantities. This guy is going to go slow. We're almost ready to start cranking him up again. So these guys are starting to produce the plate. We are capable of producing 240 plate per minute. And this guy was going to want 20.4. So we have more than enough here. So 20.4 per minute here is going to be 20.4 lithium per minute. Are we producing that much down here? We are producing more than that. Okay. So I think we are within budget on that so far. So I think when I'm building this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stagger this down. So I'll have a direct connect from here to here, and then this guy's going to be my feedback. So it'll look something like this. Okay. We're just doing this for layout. Okay, if this guy is read contents including in crafting. So this is going to show that we have 30 in there. Okay. So what we want to do is grab this. Read contents including in crafting. And this runs if we have less than 15. This guy needs 10 to run, so we'll run you to get you to 15, and then the rest of it's going to come from down here. It's actually not bad. Huh. Actually kind of like it. Let's see, I can do that. Okay, we don't have any power, so it's not going to start loading things in like crazy, but it's got that. You have no extras. You have these guys you need. Can't bring you in from below unless I... Oh, hold on. Why are you requesting in so many? I think I grabbed the wrong one. There we go. Yep, that's better. So this has got his solids. He just needs the... Yeah, actually that would work. Again, this guy requires 122.4. This guy turns out 240. I could put 2 of these per one of those. Actually, 2 of these per one of those. Which means something like this. Just messing around with this. It's so far not too bad. If I move this up a couple, I might even be able to get a power thingy in there. So you guys need 244. You're turning out 240. That's fine. These will run just a tad slow. How about we... So you are turning out 37.2 per minute. That's getting up to a reasonable rate. Okay, so we still have the problem of this. We're starting to get this packed in a little tighter here. So you need lithium and fluorine. So it's the fluorine really that we're waiting on. Although we're outside the... So the fluorine still has to come down to here. So if I pick this up and put it where I've got the fluorine, for example, we've got more fluorine up there. Okay, now we need to get our normal connections out. I'll take it. I'm not proud. But it would be easier if I just did it like this, huh?
I'm too cheap to make a blast. I ain't going.
There's you. Stretch you out to here. Move you up one. You need to connect. Easier to connect here. Don't need this connected. Okay, so you are waiting on for ketones, you're waiting on the hot stuff, you're waiting on you're waiting on lithium, lithium's from here, and this says we have no lithium. So we're now waiting on lithium. Go down here where we're making lithium and you say you're waiting on ammonia. Because this guy is...
I got 4 questions.
Oh. Because I am an idiot. There we go. that's got some of these going, and it looks like you're cranked up to doing your 30 per minute. Let's see here. Try this again without so much caps lock. So lithium is now running at 30. These guys have the capability of handling 240. That's way overkill. We really only need one of those. Let's do this. I think I still need the heat pipe connected. So you have the capability of running at 30. Let's do 2 of these just in case. Yeah. And you're going to be topping us up to 50 lithium plates. So 1 to 1, so it can be 30 lithium plates per minute coming out. And you can chew up 20 of them. Which means I need more stuff down here. I need this to go faster. What if I just put speed beacons and speed modules in you? That speeds you up to 102. I will take it. However, this says we don't have nearly enough lithium brine. It says we've got about half as much lithium brine as we need. What if I speed beacon lithium brine? That's better. That brings you up to 66, which should be good enough. However, we are waiting on holmium, which we just need to request more of. Watch the power. Okay. You're running at full speed. You guys are paused. Because your output of your cryo packs is going nowhere. Okay, well that makes sense. Wow, we've already got 550 of them. Okay. So we're now making science at a slow rate. We haven't scaled it up properly. We've put in a whole bunch of modules. We are way outstripping. Gosh, look what I just did by turning all that on. We are running right on the edge of our power here. I'm going to put these down one at a time, rotated, so I can add some more on the right here. Actually, I don't need to pick up the reactor. I just need to pick up those. There we go. So now I can add 2 more reactors here if I want, which will get me better heat capacity. The problem is going to be getting this going. So really, we already could go more, but I want to get the 2 more reactors in here before we lose space. The other alternative is building the reactor outside somewhere. There's got to be a better way to get ice. Let's review this one more time. Gather it by hand. Make it from ammoniacal solution separation or oxide asteroid crushing or advanced oxide asteroid crushing. I'm beginning to think that the way to do this is to basically drop a bunch of ice from orbit. I'm going to call this a recording, and we're going to go think about that. I'm going to go tinker around with some plans for some platforms. I may be doing a mold platform that can park in orbit above Aquilo, which will drop things I need. And we're going to start off with dropping ice. I'm going to have to think ahead as to what else I'm going to need. We're going to need to be making rockets. I think I've got a decent way of making rocket fuel here. Okay, so we have a way of making, oh, wait a minute. We have a way of making a lot of rocket fuel and a lot of ice, don't we? I'll go and think about it. See if I can come up with plans for how to build everything we need to launch rockets with maybe some of the stuff coming from the space platform. And I will see you in the next recording.